In South Africa, I was on a podcast, and after the podcast, I checked what other things they've done on that particular platform. And I saw that there's one guy in South Africa who is just going around wowing them with dreams and visions, childhood fantasies that have graduated into a subconscious images. Most of these people that keep saying they go to heaven and come back, I've told you time after time, they're just childhood fantasies. The people driving Range Rovers in heaven, the people coming back to see flowers, all those are childhood fantasies or malaria dream that got into the brain and produced images, or some kind of hallucinations, because the Bible remains the boundary of knowledge where God is concerned. We know God through the pages of the scriptures. The scriptures is the check and balance for any supernatural or extra biblical experience. So if the Bible becomes our standard for revelation or for an understanding, we saw all the people who died in the Bible, none of them came back to say anything. Lazarus died for 4 days. When Jesus brought him back from the dead, he had nothing to say. Jesus died 3 days and 3 nights. When he rose from the dead, he went beginning at Moses and all the prophets. He has nothing to say. 3 days and 3 nights. Paul said he was caught to the third heaven and he saw things that were not lawful for the human mouth to utter. He said nothing. All these charlatans and all these clowns going around. I went to heaven. In fact, this guy said he went to heaven and he saw Jesus carrying babies and dropping them in hell. Babies, he throwing them in hell. How can Jesus be throwing babies in hell when Jesus himself said, "Suffer the little children to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of God"? That guy is a modern day sorcerer. Modern day, sorcerer. Sorcerers? Sorcerer. He's a modern day sorcerer and a necromancer. And a lot of people are believing him and taking him serious. That's a clown. That's not somebody that should even be admitted to speak in 00001 Sunday school class. Talk more of giving audience. And the reason why people follow him is because they don't know God by his word. When you don't know God by his word, anything that is extra, anything that sounds, like a fantasy, it excites your mind, because your mind does not know God by his word.